On Monday morning, it came as a complete surprise when Fred ambled over to where I was standing in front of my locker. "Can we talk?" he asked. "Sure," I told him, grabbing the books I needed for my first 3 classes. "I mean, somewhere private," he explained. Oh, I had been expecting Fred to ask if he'd left his Letterman jacket at my house or something lame like that. He actually sounded a bit more serious. "I guess so. I could meet you at Cup of Joe's. I'm working after school, but my shift doesn't start until 4. "Okay," he nodded a few times. "See you then." "What, did Fred lose his Letterman jacket or something?" Blossom asked, sauntering over with her arms full of books. "No," I laughed. "That's what I thought, but it wasn't it." "What did he want?" "I don't know." I threw a suspicious look at the departing Fred. "Said he wanted to talk in private." "Maybe he's pregnant," Blossom suggested with a smirk. Wouldn't that be a fun switch? If I was being honest, I kind of forgot about meeting Fred until the end of the day. When you are living in misery, a lot slips your mind. I was too busy trying to keep my brain focused on my studies and not allow any other thoughts to creep into my head to worry about why Fred Lighton wanted to talk to me. I remembered when he waved at me in the school parking lot. I nodded in return, and we both hopped into our cars. As I started up my ancient VW Bug, I chewed on my lip, trying to figure out why Fred wanted to meet me. I really couldn't imagine what there was to talk about, but I was definitely not looking forward to it, whatever it was. 4 of the most uncomfortable words in the English language have got to be, "We need to talk." "You're early," Joe informed me, automatically glancing at the clock on the wall when I entered the cafe. "Yeah, well, I'm meeting a friend for a little bit before my shift starts," I told him, stashing my purse behind the counter. Just then, the bells that hung over the door chimed, and Fred walked in. He smiled at me. Joe's eyes shifted from Fred to me. He frowned, then nodded. "Don't let your friend fill up on too much free biscotti." As a rule, staff was not allowed to hand out free cappuccinos to friends and family. We could have a drink if on shift, but as Joe frequently said, "I'm here to sell coffee, not give it away to a bunch of teenagers." His comment about the biscotti was his way of telling me I could be exempt from the rule that one time. Fred didn't drink coffee, which surprised me. Most guys acted like they couldn't put 2 sentences together unless they had a triple espresso laced with Red Bull. When I asked Fred about his reason for abstaining, he said, "It gives me the shakes." So instead, I made him an Italian lime soda, and we grabbed a booth toward the back. Cup of Joe's was unusually empty for that time of day. Mornings were the busiest, but many business people would stop by for an afternoon pick-me-up, and high schoolers would swarm the shop in waves if they couldn't think of anything better to do. We sat there for a few minutes, me waiting for him to say something, Fred looking awkward. Finally, I got things started with, "So, you wanted to talk to me?" "Yeah, Fred's complexion grew a few shades pinker. "I thought a lot about what you said the other day in the diner, and I talked to my dad about it." "You talked to your dad about it?" I interrupted, a bit incredulous. "Yeah, why wouldn't I?" Fred was confused. "I mean, he's my dad." "Okay," was all I could think to reply. Dads were kind of an alien concept to me. My dad had left us to marry some younger woman he'd been having an affair with, and we didn't hear from him very often, unless he was complaining about having to pay child support. He was pretty much the last person on the planet I would turn to with boy troubles, or any kind of troubles, actually. "So," Fred continued, "my dad explained to me that guys my age want to have sex because, you know," he cleared his throat, "it feels good. We don't necessarily connect it to any other emotions besides, you know." His voice dropped in volume, and his face grew as red as a beet. "Pleasure."